What up, Laker fam?
Laker fam!
Let's go, Lakers!
Let's go, let's go, let's go!
We ballin'. But it's purple, heart is gold, baby. We ballin'. Ain't nobody in the world that can stop us.
LA, I got us. Who with me? Let's roll.
Oh yeah, you already know.
You know what they yell when they see me?
Hurling go, hurling go.
This Diane's on my way to the
Slam dunk.
Gonna hate her like who?
3, 2, 1.
Yeah. Champions of the spot. Watch how they watch us. Meet me at the top.
LA, baby.
Nah, we ain't gon' stop. LA be like, Laker fans like, LA be like.
We ballin'. Ain't nobody in the world that can stop us. We ballin'. It's all purple and gold, baby. It's all purple and gold.
All the best this year. If there was one thing that you wanted your team to improve upon, besides winning and losing, what's that one thing you want your team to improve upon this year?
Defense. Obviously, you got to be able to put the ball in the hole for sure. In our league, and there's been some great teams that can do that. But teams that can defend and can get stops when needed, they're just simply more successful in our league. So. I think the defensive side of the floor is where we're going to be hammering home on, every single day, and understanding that if we can defend, make teams take tough shots, keep them to one shot at the goal, and rebound and secure the ball, put us in a position to be successful throughout the season.
Hey, LeBron, your hair looks great. You've had, nearing about 10 head coaches in the league so far. You shared your enthusiasm about Darvin Ham when the Lakers hired him this offseason. What can you tell us about your relationship thus far with Coach Ham, and what do you see in his skill set that can make this team better?
I think every single day it continues to get better and better and better, but I think just the transparency that we have from the time he was, granted the head coaching job here has been great. We've had multiple conversations, not only about the game of basketball, but things off the floor as well. And I think it was well overdue for him to be a head coach, and happy to be a part of his journey and try to do some special things.
Hey, LeBron, you've always talked about depending on what the team needs, that's what you're going to focus on more. So AD's first year, a little more point guard, passing a bit more. Last year, some more scoring. Do you have a handle yet on what this roster means for how you're going to focus your game?
I'm going to focus my game just being available. That's the most important. Obviously some injuries you can't control, but, and that's my whole mindset. I think for me, as the leader of the team, one of the leaders of the team, availability is the most important thing in this league, and to be able to be available, on the floor. That's always been my mindset.
Hey, LeBron. Good to see you. Over the course of this summer, during your time to unwind and some of your work, how much thought have you given to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's record and kind of the likelihood or possibility of setting that? And has that even begun to soak in that at some point this season you could be the league's all-time leading scorer?
The only time I've kind of thought about it is when someone, it been posted on social and it's went through my feed and I've seen it. And every single time I'm kind of in awe of it, wow, and then certain guys, I don't know who's doing it, but they'll break down if I do this, if I average this, if I'm available for these games, then I can make it and do it here. And I was like, I've never played my career with saying if I do this, then this will happen. Besides just, making sure that I was in the best shape possible going into a season and, being available. But to sit here and to know that I'm on the verge of breaking probably the most sought after record in the NBA, things that people said would probably never be done. I think it's just super like humbling for myself. I think it's super cool, and obviously Kareem has had his differences, with some of my views and some of the things that I do. But listen, at the end of the day, to be able to be in the same, breath as a guy that wore the same uniform, a guy that was a staple of this franchise, along with Magic and big game over there for so many years, especially in the '80s, and a guy that does a lot off the floor as well. I think it's just super duper dope. For myself to be even in that conversation. Anytime my name is, mentioned with the greats, if it's, obviously, Wilt or MJ or now Kareem or whatever the case may be, it's just super humbling. You guys always see me use my hashtag, the kid from Akron, and those are the moments where I really think about that kid from Akron, of walking those streets and, either playing basketball where I actually had a basketball in the hoop, or actually just walking around and air dribbling and shooting into an invisible hoop, and counting 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and making game-winning shots. So when it get here, I'm not going to put too much pressure on it throughout the season. But I think it's a pretty historical moment when it gets here, and as long as my family and friends are all there, that's the most important for me.
Hello, LeBron. Got a nice bottle of red for me, brother?
I almost joined you, huh? You thought I joined you, huh, last week, huh?
Yeah. But what are your expectations for Anthony? And do you ever feel the need to push him anymore?
I think my expectations for AD is for AD to be AD. Be the dynamic player that he is, both offensively and defensively, and I expect that out of him. I've always expected that out of him ever since he, became a part of this franchise, and nothing has changed, He expects a lot out of me as well. So, for us to be going into another season, it's a dynamic that I'm looking forward to, and I believe he's going to have a hell of a season, and I'm looking forward to being part of that journey.
LeBron, you guys just had your mini camp, the players-only mini camp in San Diego. How did that go, and what were your first impressions of the group getting together for the first time?
The most important is that we got some good work in on the floor, and everybody got back here safe. You see everybody here at training camp. He's alive, as you can tell. But that's the most important. We got some great work in on the floor, and everybody got back home safe. So, it was a good week, a good weekend.
Yeah, LeBron, considering the difficulties of last season, do you think Russell Westbrook can make his game work here? Can he adjust it? Can he be part of this?
No, absolutely. Absolutely. Look forward to, like I said, being on a part of the journey with him this year. And, it's going to be a great year for him. And we're going to be right there with him, and, we're here, and it starts tomorrow. It's all about putting in the work. And when you put in the work, you see the results. So I'm looking forward to it.
Hey, LeBron. Sorry, just one more if you don't mind. Rob was just talking to us a minute ago about the importance of your commitment and how the Lakers are committed to building a competitive team around you, including draft picks. When you signed the extension last month, what were you looking for to see from this organization, whether it be from Rob or Jeannie or anyone else?
I came here because I believed in the franchise, so and I'm still here. It's literally that simple, and that's simple. So I'm committed to the franchise for as long as my career, my contract is. But I look forward to get going tomorrow and start another season part of the Lakers franchise.
There's been so much talk about your health and what you did during the offseason to make sure that you stay healthy this year. Can you go through what you went through during the offseason to make you feel even more comfortable about being healthy the entire year?
I did honestly the same exact thing as last season. I had 2 injuries that you can't really control. I mean, God fell into my knee, landed on the foot. And the good thing for me is that the doctors, after they looked at it, said it could have been like 10 times worse, if I haven't done what I've done in the summer. So reassuring right there. But for the most part, I continue to do the same thing. Had a little bit more time, 2 extra months, because we didn't make the playoffs to really let my body rest and heal and then get after it. So normal summer for me.
Hey, D, sorry to make you wait earlier. I think it's not really a secret that Russ at the end of last season, was disappointed with how a lot of things went in the first year in LA. And then trade rumors were what they were over the summer. When you guys got together recently, either in off-season workouts or just this weekend in San Diego, how much repair do you guys feel like you needed to do, especially with the relationship with Russ, or was there any need to build more trust again after the disappointment last season?
I think it was just good to get on the floor again with all of us. Our time on the floor together was very limited because of injuries from myself and Bron. But I think that was really it. We just didn't have enough reps, enough time together. But I think coming to the season, we were able to all be healthy, and we all, hopefully, God forbid, no one gets injured, that we all stay healthy and able to get after it every day in practice, compete, and in hopes to, win a championship. So, our job as a three-headed monsters on this team is to come in and compete every day and kind of lead the charge for these newer guys here. But I think for us, it's just getting that chemistry, building that chemistry, and making sure that we're able to all stay healthy.
Hey, D. How would you put into words your frustration level last season, both personally and as a team? And considering all of that, what do you feel like you have to prove this season? Like, are you putting a lot of pressure on yourself heading into this season, or just sort of what's your mindset?
I think the frustration just came from not being able to play. And then when we did play, just not having enough reps with each other to win basketball games. I think that's really it. I mean, anytime you have a losing season, there's frustration because you want to win, especially knowing, what we can do. And then also frustrated because we didn't know how good we can be because, we didn't have many reps with each other. And us, meaning me, Bron, and Russ. But for me, I'm not putting any pressure on myself at all. I'm going to go out there and play basketball, work hard, defend, and do what the team needs to win basketball games. I'm not going to overthink and, listen to what everybody else is saying and try to be this whatever player they want me to be to this Greek god. And I say Greek, not Giannis, but like this god, like for this team, and I'm not going to put that pressure on myself. I'm going to go out there and compete at the highest level and do what I do and what I know how to do best, and that's play to a high level to help this team win.
What's up, AD?
What's up,
Just
Mike?
wondering what your conversations with Darvin have been like about the system he's planning on using, how you might fit into that on both ends of the floor, and kind of what excites you and where you think that can help grow your game and your impact on the team as well.
Yeah, we had some great conversations. A lot about, honestly, defensively. That's where he leans his hat on. That's where he wants us to be is being, one of the best teams defensively in this league. And that goes for everybody on this roster. And so I think that's mainly what our conversations has been about. Me being a defensive-minded guy, he's asking me questions because I'm used to doing a thing a certain way. Or he asked me, what do you think about this? How did you guys do this? What are you comfortable with? So that's kind of been the basis of our conversations, and it's been great. It's been great. I mean, for a guy who played the game, who understands the game, and to come in and he kind of knows. When you play in this league, you kind of know the ins and outs of a lot of guys who haven't. So He's been good for all of us, but especially for me, just talking to him and just trying to help him help me on the defensive end.
AD, over here. You guys got younger and more athletic in the front court with Thomas and Damian and JTA. How do you envision you four kind of fitting together at the 4-5 and just what those guys can do to make your life easier on both ends of the floor?
Yeah, they play extremely hard. And that's all we can ask for them, doing the dirty work. But we'll see how it fits in training camp. Like I said, we had a little thing in San Diego. We didn't really do too much, but I think, coming into camp, we'll test a lot of lineups, a lot of situations where guys are alongside other players, and we see what happens. But I'm looking forward to these young guys and seeing what they bring to our team. Got shooting, got grit, and guys who just love being here, love being around the game, love learning. And so it's totally different from last year. Obviously we had a lot of vets, and this year we got guys that we have to kind of speed up and help them out in a sense. So I'm excited. I'm excited for these young guys to kind of learn, and also they're going to bring the energy out of us, because they like this. Last year we were like, a little slower. So these guys are going to be running, and it's going to, push me, Brian, Russ, Pat, to play at their speed, play at their level, and I think it's going to help us at the end of the day.
AD, Dan Wecke with the LA Times. At exit interviews this year, I asked Russ kind of about, you guys said that we need Russ to be Russ a lot last year, and he said, well, obviously that wasn't true. Did that need to get ironed out that in this summer as you guys are moving forwards together as a group? And I guess what can you guys do beyond just let's all be healthy and be on the court to kind of try to figure out the right sort of formula for you three?
For just me and Russ, or for all three of us?
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard the comment. It's true. We were telling Russ, be yourself. Like, we need you to be yourself. I tell him that before every game. Like, be yourself. Because I didn't want him thinking too much like, I got to get a ball to Bron AD, and now he's being passive and not being aggressive, who he has been in this league to be Russell Westbrook. And I think the more he does that, we can adjust, but when you're, not being aggressive, and I had problems with that last year as well, like coming in and trying to be, okay, let's get them involved instead of, all right, let them, but it's the type of players that all three of us are. We're selfless. We're here. And so it get lost in, okay, we need one of you guys to be aggressive. So, but I think it just takes time. We're able to sit down and talk this off season just about like, okay, what worked, what didn't work, and hopefully we can, all the things that didn't work, kind of figure it out. Obviously, new system, new coach. That always, changes things as well. So I'm interested to see, what happens. But I think, all of us have a chip on our shoulder, and I think it's going to be a great year for us. But we can't. It's not just going to be given to us. We got to go take it, and we got to, starts tomorrow. Just coming in and just working each and every day.
Lakers Nation, LOE fam, thanks for watching, man. We greatly appreciate you. Make sure you like this thing up. Make sure you share this thing out. Make sure you subscribe. If you're a new subscriber, welcome to LOE, baby. Welcome. And make sure you turn on your post notifications. Hit that bell so you don't miss anything going on here at LOE. Follow us on the socials. Instagram at Lakers_over_everything. Twitter at THEE1LOE. Once again, Twitter at the1LOE. Purple and gold till we die. Purple and gold we ride. I bleed purple. My heart beats gold. It's Lakers over everything.
Can't sleep, can't eat till you get it right. Oh, all my life I've been grinding all my life. Sacrifice, gotta pay that. Pay the price. Can't be real, but I'm living the life. All my life I've been grinding all my life. Lakers, baby. Yeah. You know what it is. Purple, yellow, purple, yellow, purple, yellow, purple, yellow. Yeah. You know what it is. Purple, yellow, purple, yellow, purple, yellow, purple, yellow. Yeah. You know what it is. Purple, yellow, purple, yellow, purple, yellow, purple, yellow. Yeah. You know what it is. Purple, yellow, purple, yellow, purple, yellow, purple, yellow. Yeah.
I'm a Laker till I die. Rest in peace, Chick Hearn.
93-70. This game's in the Admiral refrigerator. The door is closed. The lights out. Butter's getting hard. The eggs are cooling, and the Jello is jiggling. Been jiggling for a long time.
Mama didn't raise no failure. It's go hard to go home. My